In every city, big and small, amenities tend to come and go. But in the small town of Lake Benton, Minnesota, there's been one consistent form of entertainment for well over a century.
In tonight's Eye on Kettleland, Travis Fossing tells us how the Lake Benton Opera House, despite a few highs and lows over the decades, is still hitting all the right notes.
In the heart of Lake Benton, Minnesota, you'll find history hiding in plain sight along Benton Street.
From what I understand, we're one of two original opera houses left in the state of Minnesota.
The Lake Benton Opera House, as it stands, dates back to 1896. A year prior, fire destroyed the original wood structure, though some of the scorched timbers still remain.
And over the years, it was an opera house, and then, the vaudeville, the traveling acts, and then it got made into a movie theater, probably back in the 40s. And then, as things changed, it fell into disrepair and it sat here with busted out windows.
The building was actually scheduled for demolition in 1970, but was saved from the wrecking ball. By 1977, it joined the National Register of Historic Places.
It's a tremendous effort, the amount of hours that go into it. It's a labor of love, it has turned into, for me anyway.
Dave Norgard got his first taste of the theater more than 30 years ago when his daughter auditioned for The Sound of Music. A year later, it was Norgard who ended up on stage.
A week before opening, they were short a person, and they hammered on me a little bit, and so I filled in.
I came over, auditioned, and got the lead role, and I've pretty much been here ever since.
Alan Rydell arrived in Lake Benton in 1998. He's graduated from actor to director and board president.
When I'm actually directing a show or working on a show, I probably put in 60 to 80 hours a week here along with my normal job.
He's not the only one working overtime. The current crop of actors continues to come from far and wide.
They're from all over. In Rent, our farthest one right now is coming from Brandon, South Dakota. So we do get people that drive quite a ways just to be in some of these shows.
It is a small community theater, super tight-knit, but it's also big enough that we can share our interests with everyone in the area.
Emma Lipinski is from Ivanhoe, Minnesota, 15 miles north of Lake Benton, and started doing children's theater at the Opera House at age 11.
I've always had an interest in performing, and this is really what ignited my interest, and I've grown since then. It's been a great place for me to find out who I am, not only as an actor, but as a person.
Rent is her 10th production at the Opera House.
I'm playing the role of Maureen Johnson. She's a super fun character to play.
But Lipinski is the first to admit there's something more important than the script or part.
The people are what bring me here and what keep me coming back.
Rydell says Rent has a cast and crew of about 30 and is entering its second weekend of shows. It's one of 4 productions this season that got its start back in February.
Most of the time it's one musical, 2 plays, and we have a board of 12 to 15 people, depending on the years, that decide those shows.
And Rydell feels fortunate to be working in a space like the Opera House.
When you look around the theaters in the Midwest, the small town theaters, not a lot of them have a building like this, right? Sioux Falls, I believe, has the Orpheum, that little theater there that people can go to. But if you go to Brookings or Marshall or Laverne or those, there's not a lot of small town theaters, right, that actually have a theater building like this.
It's a labor of love for everyone involved.
We rely heavily on donations and people that like the place.
Norgard says the organization has gotten creative with its fundraising over the years, including the installation of new seating.
We didn't have the money for that, not back in 2000. But come up with the idea, we sold a seat for $100. You could buy a seat, and if you look on the back of all these seats, there's little nameplates. By the time we got them installed and had to write the check, we had all the money to pay for them.
The Opera House hopes to fill the seats for years to come, though it still stings every time shows like Rent come to a close.
The end of the run is always bittersweet. Geez, it's finally over. But it's also kind of sad, the friendships you've made, when you tear the set down and all that hard work, and it's all over. So it's bittersweet at the end of every run.
And if Norgard has a say, the Lake Benton Opera House's best days are still ahead of it. With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Travis Fossing.
Rent continues its run at the Lake Benton Opera House Wednesday night and will be performed daily through Sunday. We provide the link with the show times and ticket information under the story on our website.